2 years ago, when I got into the habit of writing goals consistently almost every single day, I started asking myself questions like, what is my purpose? What am I passionate about? Where do I want to lead my life? And what things do I want to achieve? It's very beneficial, I believe, to really start to get into the habit of creating goals, because you start asking yourself these type of questions, and it really makes you more driven and more purpose oriented, and it's something very beneficial in my own experience. A lot of these goals, they, as you see from where I started, they shift over time, because as you change with time, you could you end up starting to change where you want to lead things and where you want to go, and you change as an individual. So having this sort of way of monitoring and tracking my progress in terms of creating goals is very interesting, because I see where I started, and as things progressed on, where did things start to change, where did my life start to lead after a few months, and it's very interesting to look back on these. I hope I hope this has been something that is beneficial to you in terms of looking through all of these goals and figuring out how you can start to craft your own goals. One important thing is to be creative. Be creative when you're creating goals. Don't be someone that limits yourself to keeping things very mechanical and A, B, C, D. Try out different things. Be someone that is very creative and tries to aspire to try out different things, because that is where you start to see the biggest changes and improvements. If you also, one thing about writing down these goals is that it really was a test on my integrity and how willing I was to improve things, because once I had it written down, it was another level of, I want to achieve this, as opposed to just thinking it in my head and leaving it there. When I write these goals down, it's a statement to myself that, look, I want to achieve this, and as long as everything goes to plan, I'm going to try and make this happen. And also, it's important to not fall into a trap of continuously making these goals, but not seeking improvement in how you create these goals. Make sure you find an avenue to improve your goal creating and to expand your knowledge on how to create effective goals. As well as good as creating as many goals as possible is great, and I fell into that too, of you just create a long list of goals and try to create as many as possible. Quality is better than quantity in this aspect, for sure. Look into the concept of SMART goals, for example, where you go for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. Try to find a way to make your goals somewhat better than the last. Try to make it better than the last. That's an essential aspect to have when you're creating these goals. And also, this is a great test to your consistency. If you're not very consistent, then you're going to be someone who is really going to test yourself with these personal goal exercises. And it's one thing that tested me a lot with writing down these goals. And as you can see, a lot of these are I just take pictures of what I'm watching and what I'm doing, and just to have the picture there as further proof to myself that where I was, what I was doing, and it gives me a fuller image of what was my mindset when I was writing these. And as you can see here, I get very religious and I get very Islam heavy in that time of May to June 2022. Moving forward, that's when my Islamic journey really started, and I really started learning more about my religion, which I'm grateful for, alhamdulillah. And a lot of trading stuff here, which is I don't really like seeing, because I stopped trading in December of 2022. I have a nice picture of Bruce Lee there. Yeah, so back to the habits. To the attitudes. You see these attitudes, I feel like these attitudes are amazing to even, and I don't know where I got the idea from. I'm pretty sure I just thought practice an attitude and I read it, but it's one of the best decisions I ever made. Really, really consider practicing attitudes, writing down practice attitudes as a goal, because it does it is a good reminder to practice dedication, to practice hard work, to practice positivity and all of those things. And writing it down as a goal is something that I never thought would be as impactful as it was, but it definitely was. And definitely incorporate things that you're comfortable with and things that are brand new to you, because you can really start to get outside of your comfort zone and try expanding your horizon, try expanding things, try out new things. And like I've said before, treat these goals as, well, what they should be is something personal to you. Don't be like me and show it to everyone, because your goal should be something that you hold like dear to your chest. But it's because I feel like, in my case, I feel like there is benefit to sharing these, and these are older goals, so they're not as close as they was back then. But I feel like there will be some benefit to sharing these goals. And this personal goal exercises should be something that you should allow your heart to do whatever you please. Write down any goal you want, even if it's childish goals that you thought were not that great, were not that socially acceptable, because it's so grand and so big. Like, for example, traveling to 8 countries. 2 years ago, that wasn't something that was, oh, really, you want to travel to 8 countries? Are you serious? Because you're so young. But just consider writing down any goal, and it's your playground. It's your playground to write down as many goals as you want. Practice gratitude. A lot of these goals is you expressing yourself, express your personality, express your creativity and your imagination. That's an important element to remember. Don't diminish your personality in these goals. These goals are you. These goals are about you. And if they're short exercises or long, that's not the important case here. You should just revolve around improving your goals and improving your understanding on yourself. You don't need to write a 10-page essay on your goals, or a one-line goal thing. The entire goal of this personal goal exercises is to further understand yourself and to have control of the things that you can control, and to be a better goal creator, improve your goal creating. Practice abundance, alleviate the pressure I put on myself, practice mindfulness. Yeah, I feel like alleviating the pressure you put on yourself is important. Practice abundance, practice mindfulness, engage in reading, teach and learn from others. All great things to do. I'm sure if you are very interested in improving and learning and teaching, you'll be very successful in any avenue you pursue. Influence 9 people in a way to improve their lives. And hopefully that when you start doing personal goal exercises, they're very personal to you. They're very personal to you, and when you read them, you know it's you, because it's about you. That's an important element of it. Build myself up from within, practice confidence. Yeah, when it comes to yourself, be very selfish. Be someone who wants the best for yourself. There is an element of selflessness and wanting the best for others. However, I'm speaking to those individuals that don't put themselves first and don't care about themselves. Make sure you take care of yourself, because you have rights for yourself too. Be selfish and consider how can you improve your life. Practice wisdom. So you got to 100. I feel like 100 is a good place to end. It is kind of, I'm going through a lot of them now. I'm trying to get as many I can go through as possible, and just to further emphasize that it's not about the goals that I am writing. It's just about the idea behind them. If you get the concept behind these goals, then hopefully you can better understand what goes behind them. How do you further understand it? Hopefully that's beneficial. I just hope from all of this that there is something you can learn, something that you could take from it. And if you have, put down in the comments. Thank you for watching.